Time for the Nats to wrap up the home and home with the Tampa Bay Rays. Welcome to Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. And we've got Rays and Nats fans mixing together, coming in for the ballpark and the game tonight. And I'll tell you, there are a lot of curly W's and a lot of red caps and jerseys in the yard tonight. Bob and FP, welcome. We're back on the road. Missed you guys last night. Couple of teams feeling pretty good about themselves. Rays swept the Yankees, and the Nats came back to beat the Phillies. No telling what effect that could have on the ball club.
Yeah, this could go two ways tonight. The Rays could have that momentum from the sweep of the Yankees, or they could have a letdown series against the Nats. It seems like a weird series, like a game and a half almost with the day game tomorrow, but Nats with a big win last night, and we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, the offense really showing up big time in the second half of that game. At the forefront, the left-handed batters, Bryce with the doubles, and Daniel Murphy, of course, would do his part as well.
Yeah, last 6 games, Bryce has 6 hits. They're all doubles. He's starting to lock in. And the Nats are going to go as far as Bryce Harper takes him. It's that simple. His head was still last night. He was barreling up baseballs left and right. He showed emotion for the first time, I think, all year on this hustle double. That's the old Bryce Harper right there. That got me fired up, the fans fired up. And then how about Daniel hits Murphy with the big knock last night on the slider? He said he looked at film. He knew he went to slider with 2 strikes and then massages it over the head of the second baseman. Everybody scores. A 19-year-old was walked in front of him. You don't think that fired up Daniel Murphy? You're going to walk him to get to me, and there's the emotion from the dugout. So just a feel-good win last night, and we'll see if the momentum translates. Check this out. These numbers are insane.
Yeah, the Nats, the last couple of years, when Bryce gets the hits, the Nationals have won 42 out of 49. When Daniel Murphy drives in the runs, they've won 23 out of 25. Amazing winning percentages when those things happen. Now, you mentioned, we talked about this earlier, Blake Snell, he's a tough lefty. More on him and Gio in a few moments, but the lefty's going to have a tough time with this guy tonight, so some of the right-handed hitters will have to step up in game 1 here.
The Nets have been struggling against lefties this year, so if you're a right-hander, if you're Trey Turner, if you're Anthony Rendon, you got to step up tonight, maybe carry the load, but like you said, Blake Snell's tough.
We're going to have some noise from Nats fans here at the Trop tonight. Now, Gio has a 3.08 ERA. He's 8th in the National League in ERA. How about Blake Snell, 2.48? He's 5th in the American League. Nobody has an ERA like him at home. He's 0.96 here at the Trop. Boomers out there, but we don't have to worry about that because it's 72 degrees, a little muggy, but nice inside here. You always know you're going to play a game. So the national starters over the last 2 months, obviously in May they were amazing. Everybody was healthy. Strasburg got injured. Jeremy Hellickson got injured. It's been a rough ride in the month of June, FP. The ERA is way up, but things are on the upswing. Hellickson's coming back soon. Strasburg after him. And Gio was really good in May at 3-0.
Now, you remember he started last time at the rain delay start, so that was on the 20th against the O's. 6-4 Nats loss in that one. Get this. This is the stat of the day. Get Gio 4 runs of support. Best record currently active pitchers with 4+ runs or more. Clayton Kershaw's #1. He's 108-6. Justin Verlander's #2. He's 172 at 18. Gio Gonzalez is 3rd on that list, 98-11 when you get him 4 runs or more of support. So that's the key for tonight. And the guy on the other side is real good. He's got a 0.86 ERA at home this year. That's the best in the big leagues. Blake Snell, his fastball go 93-98 from the left side. So straight fastball, nasty slider, good changeup. We're cut out for him tonight, but they're trying to figure this guy out.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Anthony Rendon's the guy. He's got to get out. Anthony Rendon, last 10 ball games, is raking .447 with 17 hits. 3 homers, 8 RBIs. He has an 8-game hitting streak. Soto does as well. Taylor's hot. Turner's good. Harper's good. The Nats are making a big-time comeback offensively right now. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. And by Ocean City, Maryland. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at ococean.com. 42,735 when this place first opened. Davey Martinez was an original Ray. He got the first base hit in the history of the franchise, and they gave him a nice little tribute, FP. This is video from their board a few moments ago.
Yeah, I got the first hit ever in franchise history. It's a ground ball to first. It hit the bag, and it kicked into right field. He was talking on the scoreboard, got a nice ovation. So here it is. Answer to a trivia question. That ball was crushed. It's a line drive in the scorebook. I like it.
It was against a lefty. So he tells Harper and Murphy and Defoe, hey, look what I did.
Very cool.
As well as Adam Eaton, who's his DH tonight. Now go and do the same. So the Nats got the batting average up over 240 with their explosion last night. Bryce, last 4 games, 5 for 12, all doubles. As FP alluded to earlier, his last 6 hits have all been doubles. He's taking his walks. He's scoring his runs. Turner's heating up in front of him. Rendon behind him. Soto and Taylor. I mean, this lineup, well, let's not get real excited because it was 1 game, but hey, you got to do 1 before you can do 2 or 5 or 10. And hopefully against Blake Snell, the Nats will get something going. First time he ever faces the Nats. The only guy who's ever seen him in person, Mark Reynolds.
At 9-4, 248, 6'4", 200 pounds, 25 years old. Last start of the 19th, a good one against the Astros. He allowed 1 run on 3 hits over 7. But get this, he walked 7 Astros last time, so you feel like you got to make Blake Snell throw strikes. It's a good fastball, just talked about it, 93-98. Opponents hitting .083 against Snell's slider.
The Rays are 37-40. They've won 3 in a row. Swept the Yankees over the weekend. The Nats are 41-35. The Braves are entertaining the Reds tonight. The Phillies are entertaining the Yankees. So we're right on time at 7:10. Here comes the first one. Fastball away. Chad Fairchild, 15-year veteran, behind the plate. So Trey steps in at 266. He's 9 for his last 23. A little better on the location. 1-1.
Heating up.
He's hit safely 13 of his last 16 games. So he took the off speed 2-1. Davies' offense 9th in the league in hitting, 12th in runs, 8th in home runs. That's outside, 3-1.
You know, the players here in Tampa wanted Davey Martinez to be their manager. He interviewed for this job here a couple of times. It's got to feel good for him to be a big league manager on a really good team in that other dugout now. He's been here as a Cubs coach,
right,
but never as a big league skipper, so it's got to feel good.
Well, the Cardinals' sin for any pitcher is walking Trey Turner to start a ballgame.
Well, I talked about it. He walked 7 Astros last time, and then picking up right where he left off. I mean, you see 1 run on 3 hits, but obviously pitched out of trouble. Make him throw strikes. Here's the defense for the Rays behind Blake Snell. Robertson, Kiermaier, Gomez the outfield. Echeverria, Adames up the middle. Duffy Bowers at the corners, and some guy named Wilson Ramos behind the plate. The Buffalo should be the American League catcher in the All-Star game.
Agreed. And by the way, here's a stat for you as Bryce steps in. Harper and Turner were both hurt last year. Trey walked a total of 30 times. That walk a moment ago was number 37 for the year. And a fastball up and in.
That was, he just walked the guy. He's going to lay one right in there for me, swing.
Snell career is 20-19, making his 60th start. Just 25 years of age. And this year, 9-4. '89 on the breaking ball, 0-2.
Oh, we showed too the open. Nice night for Bryce Harper last night. 3 doubles. Showing some fire and emotion when he slid into second on one of them. Probably his best night of the year. One of his best nights last night.
Had a little fire to go with it. That was good. Not a bad 0-2 pitch. Bryce spit on it.
Check it out. Pitch cast will show you. Pitch way outside. It's not even close. It's basically in the third base dugout.
1-2. Turner not able to get anything going as far as running yet. Bryce tells him to hang up, hold up on the breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 2-2.
Guys were out hitting early. Kevin Long was throwing batting practice today. A late arrival for the Nats last night, as you'd imagine, in Tampa around 5:30 in the morning.
Not even close, and keeping it close enough. Wilson Ramos, so Turner could not advance.
Yeah, weird schedule. You get here late at night after the ESPN game, the rain delay. Then you play at noon tomorrow. Then you go on the road with an off day. I feel like this series is going to be a challenge for him. A lot of momentum coming from last night. Probably the biggest win of the year. The comeback, the 3 runs they scored late. But does that translate today? Do they have enough energy in the tank for that to translate into this game? I think it's going to be one of the things to keep an eye on.
Turner with nobody out. Is he running on a full count? He's holding. Harper rips one. Look out. In fact, on that pitch, Blake Snell had Trey Turner taking 1 step back toward the bag. What an at-bat. That 0-2 pitch he took was the best one Snell threw, and now he's walked the first two batters with two hot hitters coming up.
A thunderous walk from Bryce Harper. Did you hear that in the background? Thunderstorms moving through the area. Nice take. Good at-bat. Line moving. So 7 walks last start. 2 walks already in the top of the first for Blake Snell. Did I mention he had 7 walks last time yet? It's like the 8th time I've said it.
You should say it after every walk until he gets somebody out.
There goes the second walker.
So Anthony Rendon's got a real nice hitting streak going on. Batting average up to 288. In his last 8 games, he's 14 for 32. Adames trying to keep Turner close at second base. Willie Adames over there. So there's the hitting streak by Rendon. Multi-hits in 6 of those games. So the Nats, well, they're quick out of the gate. Remember back in April and May, they were scoring, but they weren't giving up runs. And when the Rays, I guess, as you should, when you score 5 or more, you should win, but 25 out of 26. That's very impressive. Off speed, 1-1.
Important not to help Blake Snell out. I mean, he's obviously one of the elite left-handers in the American League. We told you about the numbers so far. When you got a guy that's trying to settle in, he's struggling. You know, one pitch, one spot, keyhole him. Make him throw it through a keyhole right here. Don't help him.
Rendon cracks one high in the air to center. It'll back up Kevin Kiermaier, who's one of the best outfielders in baseball. He'll throw it into second, and that's going to be a double play if they handle it, but they don't. So Bryce Harper following the lead runner, and the Nats make it into a very productive out.
Yeah, watch it play again. Bryce going with Trey. One hopper, kind of an in-between hop. And maybe there was a little peek there. Is that Echeverria covering? Maybe there was a peek there, and he tried to tag him before he caught it. We've seen Adeiny Echeverria in the National League with the Marlins. He's got good hands, didn't make that play. And Kiermaier stood there with his hands on his hips and kind of showed him up after this. Like, why didn't you catch this, and why didn't you tag him out?
Big spot now for young Juan Soto. He's taking a share of walks, so it sure seems like he has more hits than 8 during his 8-game streak. 33 for 102, so he just now gone over 100 official big league at bats. That happened last night. And fooled on the breaking ball, 1-1.
Yeah, all the talk during and after the game last night was that Gabe Kapler walked a 19-year-old to get to Daniel Murphy. His reasoning after the game was one guy's hot, one guy's got resume, but he hasn't locked in yet from the injury. So that was his thinking. And
well, that's why managers get paid a lot of money, and that's why in some cases their jobs depend on those decisions, and they're not easy to make. Wow, look at the snap on that curveball.
Hindsight's 20/20, but I'm taking my chances with a young kid over a veteran any day, regardless who it is. All about controlling your pulse. And even though Juan Soto has shown us that he can, that guy's been in more big situations. Murph.
Look at the numbers. Very impressive against lefties here. This is one of the best ones he's seen so far. Second and third, 1 out. Soto swing and a miss. 2 down. That was a lot harder, the breaking ball at 90 right there. Michael A. Taylor, another big night last evening. 3 for 5, drove in a couple.
In the rain, in the sun, in the snow, sleet, and hail. Doesn't matter for Michael Taylor. Average all the way up to 249 tonight. Remember, he was under 200 for the majority of this year, but he's been locked in, using the whole field, stealing bases. An impact player like we knew he would be and was all last year.
I'm just loving those right field hits. So 429 over his last 18 games. This one to right, but it's going to stay up and actually back up Carlos Gomez. So the Nats 3 consecutive outs after the 2 walks. Time for Gio to go to work in St. Pete. Fearsome looking.
Those are manatees, actually.
Those are baby manatees if they are. They're 5th in the league in hitting in the American League. Hitting over 250 as a team. CJ Cron. They don't have a lot of power. The guys are 13th in the league with 70 homers. But this guy's hit 16. He's 2 for 3 with a homer career against Gio. And he's 2-2 career. This will be start number 5 against Tampa Bay.
Just 49 pitches last time out for Gio. Remember the rain delay game against the Orioles? Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits over 4 innings. So 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, curve change. Opponents hitting 222 against Gio's changeup this year.
Leadoff hitter was not healthy the first time the Nats played the Rays this year. It's Kevin Kiermaier. Right thumb surgery he was coming off. He's been back now for 17 ball games, 1 for 2 career against Gio. They have some other guys who were not in the big leagues when these two teams met a couple of weeks ago. Jake Bauers, their first baseman, and Willie Adames, their second baseman. Kevin Cash, his ball club at home, 18-16. Interleague, ouch. Against the National League, they are 0-7. 0-2 against the Nats and the Braves, 0-3 against the Phillies. 2-2.
They swept the Yankees over the weekend. It's the first time all year the Yankees have lost 3 in a row. So do they have momentum from that series, or is this a letdown series after the big 3 wins? We'll see.
Solid big league catcher, Kevin Cash.
They got rid of everybody. They traded everybody, and all of a sudden they're turned into a pretty darn good ball club out of nowhere. I think a lot of people in this area are surprised by how they're doing.
Yeah, a lot of their guys obtained in high-profile trades, including one involving the Nationals. So Gio gets the strikeout. That's his 81st of the year in just over 85 innings.
Set the defense for the Nats behind Gio. Soto, Taylor, Harper in the outfield. Turner, Defoe up the middle. Rendon, Reynolds at the quarters. Pedro Severino doing the catching. Nice night for him last night. Double, homer, sweet play. Couple of sweet plays. Making a charge for that All-Star game.
Like the sound of that. Well, this guy's always been a good hitter. Matt Duffy, 281 career. Out most of last season, recovering from left Achilles surgery. He's healthy, hitting 390, or rather 333 at home. 8th best in the American League and 318 overall. A batting average good for 7th in the league. He's on a 4-game hitting streak, 6 for 16. Gio misses, and it's 3-0. Well, that one just kind of comes out of nowhere. Strikeout, 4-pitch walk. 2 of his last 4 starts before this, Gio had not walked a batter.
But we've seen Nats fans travel well over the years. I don't know that I've ever seen it like tonight. Over half the fans here, obviously not a big crowd, but over half the fans here are wearing red. They were piling in early. They were all down by the third base dugout for batting practice. But look at all the red down the third baseline. So cool.
Traveling well. Left fielder Daniel Robertson is next, and he's hitting .258. Faces Gio for the first time. There's another guy obtained in a trade, 5-player deal with the Oakland Athletics involving Yunel Escobar, former Nat, and Ben Zobrist. Fastball in there, 1-1. That's a loud sound, high and deep to left center. Taylor tracking, he's there and he's got it. Runner's got a touch second all the way on his way back to first. Duffy was rounded the bag and was probably at about the shortstop position when Michael A. made that fine play.
If it's in the park, number 3 is going to catch it. Nats fans know that. So a lot of things going on here. Obviously there's no sun or wind or anything like that, twilight, but you have a roof that's the same color as a baseball. You're in a foreign ballpark, and there's a little niche in there where Michael A. Taylor went. The last thing I'll tell you is that warning track is not dirt. It's the same as the grass or the artificial grass surface. It's just painted like dirt. So as an outfielder, Carp, you can't feel the dirt on your cleats to know that you're on the warning track. So a lot of things right there that Michael A. Taylor had to overcome to make that play. It's a good play.
Gio gives his old battery mate a first pitch changeup. Wilson Ramos, 289. Home run total good, RBI total good. He's back healthy. Told me this afternoon he feels the best he has felt in quite some time. And over his last 9 games, the Buffalo's hitting .345. First career at bat against Gio, who he worked with a couple of years ago. I mean, look at the year he had. Look at that, 47 extra base hits, drove in 80, hit .307. I mean, is Buster Posey the only catcher in baseball who regularly hits over 300? It's a hard thing to do, FP, with the physical toll that job takes every day.
Right, he's a professional hitter. He showed us that. Professional player too, but obviously he's no more for his offense. 9th season already. Wow.
63 games, 235 at bats. And that's a fastball. It's going to punch him out. He's caught plenty of those from Gio. Now he had to look at one. 2 Ks around the walk and a great play by Michael A. No score. At the A, B, C, and D rings, we hopefully won't have to talk about them from balls hitting them, but if the Nats hit those things and hit a couple of home runs and score 7 runs or more, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com. Promo code is NATS50. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Boy, they are just all over the Davey Martinez thing here. Fantastic tribute to him. How often do players get to look up and see their manager hit an inside the park home run on the video board? That's what he did here.
Very cool. They showed all kinds of clips of him. Said thank you, Davey, at the very end. Nice ovation from the crowd here. And if you're a player standing next to him, you have to clap or you'd be on the bench tomorrow too.
Classy move by the Rays. Well done, guys. Here's Mark Reynolds, 0 for 2 career against Snell. There's the changeup, 1-1. So Mark in there tonight against the lefty. He's 19 for 80 in 26 games.
Different acoustics here. I've heard some balls barreled up that sound like broken bats so far.
Yeah. Well, if you went by the sound, you would have thought Robertson's ball was way out of here. Michael A. stayed with it, caught it in the very deepest part of this yard, out there in that little triangle, that little notch in left center. Now with 2 strikes, the second baseman, Willie Adames, moved back over to the right side of second base. Big curveball for the strikeout. Couple of lefties who know how to use the hook here tonight.
A big slow curveball to go 78 to 83. It's got a lot of break. An opponent's hitting 143 against that pitch this year.
Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast. And next up is Wilmer Defoe. Wilmer gets a chance to work on 2 things tonight that haven't gone great for him this year. First of all, his road batting average and his right-handed batting average, which was .206. He's got some pop from this side. Doesn't get as many reps, of course, batting right-handed. That was a big-time rip, 1-1.
Tricky thing, man. You see 10 right-handers in a row, you hit left-handed for a while, then all of a sudden you got to flip to the other side as a switch hitter. And you could take all the hacks you want in the cage or off coaches right-handed, but it's not the same as a game. That's why you rarely see switch hitters hit 300. I think Chipper Jones comes to mind, career 300 hitter as a switch hitter. But usually you're better at one side. And it's usually the side you're getting the most reps at.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Chipper and Eddie Murray were the 2 modern switch hitters who were over 300. Pete Rose, of course. Or, pardon me, Pete Rose. So Defoe at 250 overall. He's hit safely 13 of his last 19 games. And the curveball's pretty good against right-handers as well. Zach Brown coming back to Nationals Park. Double feature. Zach Brown Band Night on Sunday the 8th of July, followed by the Zach Brown Band Concert on July 27th. So get tickets to both. A limited edition commemorative pennant for $99. Nationals.com for details. So music as well as baseball.
I like it. Yeah, Pete Rose was 303 career carpet.
Yeah, okay. You know, I bet if he played now, he'd hit 250, 260. He's 77 years old, right?
Yeah.
You're right. A lot of these things sound like broken bats in here. That's a fly ball off the bat of Pedro Severino. So a quick inning for Blake Snell.
ballparks throughout Major League Baseball at this early point in his career, but this is an especially tricky one down here at Tropicana Field. So Juan Soto was out in left field during batting practice, getting accustomed to tracking balls in the dome here and dealing with the catwalks and all the quirks of this ballpark. Davey Martinez played and coached here for a long time, as we've talked about, and said that there are some dead areas where the ball gets into it and just vanishes up in the roof. And so because of that, Davey said you can't really take your eyes off the ball here as it flies through the air. Davey actually told a story of one time as a player, he took his eyes off a ball, lost it in one of the dead areas, and it ended up drilling him in the thigh. So he's been telling Juan Soto, keep your eyes on the ball, track it the whole way, and Soto got a lot of extra practice during BP, guys.
All right, Dan, here's their big, strong DH, C.J. Cron. He was playing first base when the Nats were hosting the Rays. Tricky ballpark if some fly balls get way up there, because to support the roof, they got some rings up there.
It'll be harder tomorrow in a day game. The roof will be brighter.
It will. So that's the A ring, and the B ring below it. If a ball hits that, it's in play. And it happened over the weekend. A ball hit that ring and was caught. And then there are two lower rings, the C and D, and if they hit those in fair territory, home run. 3-0. And Gio, after falling behind, in the zone.
The day games at the Astrodome back in the day, if you were tracking a fly ball in the outfield, you couldn't take your eyes off it, because you'd look back and you just couldn't see it.
Yeah, when the Astrodome first opened, it had clear windows all the way around. Then they decided, okay, we'll paint the windows behind home plate so the outfielders can see the ball. Then the grass died. Thus, the invention of AstroTurf. Gio upset with himself on a ball back to the screen on ball 4, his second walk.
Okay, $1 million question. I asked you before we went on the air. You don't have to give your answer. Would you rather have catwalks in play, a dome stadium that you might lose a fly ball every now and never have a rain delay or a rain out, or would you rather have an open air stadium with rain delays and rain outs?
You know what? I agreed with both of them as you said them.
That's because you've been in D.C. too long.
But the more I think about it, I could not call myself a baseball purist or an old school guy if I went with option A.
Yeah,
got to be option B.
I'm with you. I mean,
nothing like outdoor baseball.
Something nice about knowing you're playing and not having delays, but there's also something much nicer about playing outside.
Not to mention the toll artificial turf takes on your players.
Trust me.
81 times a year.
Left a few knees in Montreal. I know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, you played on a parking lot up there. This is that same stuff they have in Toronto that's a little softer.
Well, there's also dirt too, which is nice. Usually you just have pits.
Yeah, they got rid of the sliding pits, and that was a really good thing. Gio behind another hitter here. He was 3-0 on Cron. Now he's 2-0 on Jake Bauers. Here's another guy they got via the trade. He was involved in the Steven Souza, Will Myers, Trey Turner, Joe Ross deal. That's how the Rays got him back in December of 2014.
22 years old. And he hit a walk-off home run against the Yankees in extra innings yesterday. Said he got to his locker, his phone was blowing up with text messages from everybody. Couldn't catch his breath even a half hour after the game. Obviously at 22, his greatest thrill as a player.
Huntington Beach is where he went to high school. Born in Newport Beach. He was headed to the University of Hawaii when the Padres drafted him and signed him. .15 for 59, hitting .254. On a pitch up, it's hammered to right. It's going to rattle around in that corner down there. Bryce goes to get it after the hop. Hits Defoe, the cutoff man. And the Rays have second and third, nobody out.
Good looking swing from a good looking young player. 3-2 count, got on top of a high Gio Gonzalez fastball and just turned on it. Played well by Bryce Harper on a hop down here to keep runners just at second and third. So now Gio in a big time jam here in the bottom of the second.
And next up is the colorful, emotional Carlos Gomez. 5 for his last 11 on a 3-game hitting streak. This year, the Rays traded Steven Souza Jr. away. They signed Carlos Gomez the next day to shore up their outfield. Hitting .203, but the power numbers are decent.
This shortened up right there, tried to punch one to right. Really, just a tiny little swing here from Gomez.
Caught his helmet after that tiny swing.
Yeah, he's never been cheated at the plate, ever. He'll swing like that 0-2.
They signed him to a 1-year, $4 million deal. Curveball stays outside.
I got crossed up there. It looked like Severino was expecting something else. He's going to go out and talk to Gio.
Infield back. Look like a straight change by Gio. 2-1. Gomez 1 for 12 against him career with an RBI, a walk, 2 strikeouts.
Having trouble getting on the same page right now.
Off speed again.
One change up, good idea.
Low, and the bases are loaded. Gio 3 walks already, having faced 7 batters. And a guy who knows the Nats, and the Nats know him, at Danny Echeverria coming up. Derek Lilliquist, an early visit here in the second.
Gio looks frustrated. When he's at his best, he kind of hangs over the mound for a second, keeps his head back and gets that arm out in front. Right now, I think he's drifting a little bit. I've seen Pedro Severino a couple times give kind of like the stay back sign with his glove in his bare hand. So we'll see if they figure it out here. These two faced each other a lot when Echeverria was a Marlin.
And the matchup number is 4 for 20 with 3 RBIs. 5 strikeouts. Looks like Chad Fairchild likes that inside edge for the fastball.
Definitely trade a double play for a run here.
And he went fishing way upstairs, 0-2.
We can get another one up there, Roch, right here. You swing at one around the letters, you're going to swing at another one higher. Nissan show you a high fastball, not even close. That was just auto swinging.
And a good smother by Severino. Couple of walks creating some hot water here in the second. And Echeverria's in a 9-game streak, 12 for 34. Ball gets off the glove of Severino and just trotting home with the first run, C.J. Cron. Everybody moves up. It's 1-0 Tampa Bay.
Hey, call this a wild pitch or a pass ball? I think I heard wild pitch. That's one that Pedro will tell you he's got to catch. I don't know if he lost it in the scoreboard because it was so high, but seen him catch that one before.
Two out of play. Nats had 5 innings out of their bullpen last night. So Davey would love Gio to pitch for a while here tonight. The Rays are coming off one of those bullpen weekends against the Yankees. They need their starters to do the same. That's right off the end of the stick.
The reason Pedro's got to catch that carp is because you saw Echeverria swinging a high fastball earlier. They threw the curveball in the dirt on purpose to change his eye level. He even pointed to Gio on the curveball in the dirt saying that's right where I wanted it. So he called fastball up. You know it's coming up. And who knows what's going on with anything in the background there.
$25 pitches this inning. First inning, 19 pitches, 9 strikes. There's another walk. No pitcher to bat. We're in the American League ballpark. And the DH is the number 9 hitter is the second baseman, Willie Adames. Cron, who started this with a walk, the DH tonight. Willie Adames obtained in a 3-team deal involving the Tigers, Seattle, Drew Smiley, David Price, and Austin Jackson. First pitch changeup, ball 1. So the first 8 batters, 1 ball put in play for an out, 1 for a hit, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts.
He's not staying through it right now. He's just kind of cutting it off at the end. When he's on top of his game, he's throwing the ball right through a catcher. That's why 89 looks like 95 sometimes when he's pitching, because he has finish to his delivery. And if you get out of sync a little bit, you start drifting. Now you lose your release point. You start feeling for it. But right now, he's just got to let it rip and hope he gets lucky.
Ball 3. Jammed him, but it's back out of play.
I looked up at the foul ball, looked down at the fantasy, was going to catch it, looked up again and couldn't find it. So,
don't take your eyes off the ball
exactly.
here. I did see a very nice lady end up with the ball. She handed it to a young boy with a Nats navy blue jersey on. How about that?
Nice.
3-2. That's a pretty big rip by Willie Adames, who's hit 2 homers, driven in 6 in 15 games.
There you go, Carp. What you're talking about. Mini Bryce Harper gets a baseball. That was very nice.
Cool. Ball 4, and it's 2-0. So the first 9 batters, 5 walks.
Didn't miss by much, but probably not hunting strikes if you're Chad Fairchild right now. Gio trying to find a way to get out of the 2nd inning.
Bullpens are on the field here. One of the few ballparks left, and there's Matt Grace heading for the bullpen. Top of the order, Kevin Kiermaier struck out first time up. Infielders just itching for a ground ball. And Severino saves another run.
I haven't seen too many curveballs from Gio tonight. That might be the first one. Nice play. Tough guy to double up. Kiermaier can fly.
Target in. And Kiermaier might have helped out. Might have been up and in off the plate. Strike 2.
I haven't seen Gio struggle like this with command in a while.
Justin Miller's the first man up.
I'm thinking ever.
Yeah, and evidently no feel for the curveball right now. First inning he threw some. Got a strikeout.
No feel for his release point at this time. It's something mechanical, and you're hoping it's just mechanical.
Throws him a strike. It's out into center. Taylor back. Jumping. That's a homer. Hit the top of the wall, deflected out of here. And on the grand slam, it's 6-0.
There's another fastball up, and Kiermaier got on top of it. Well, middle in to be accurate. And he took a huge swing at strike 2. Michael Taylor was close, and I think he was shocked that he missed it. And not an easy play by any means. There's the details. 105, 406 feet.
And still nobody out here in the bottom of the 2nd. Matt Duffy, the first man to walk 1 inning ago. Hard hit up the middle.
The line is moving big time for the Rays here in the 2nd.
So that's their 3rd hit. Davey Martinez top step. The bullpen just let him know that Miller's ready, and Gio Gonzalez appears to be done recording 3 outs. There was a game recently where Justin Miller pitched 3 innings to get a win. Bullpen night from here on out. Need expert printing? The UPS store has you covered. Together, there's nothing they can't solve. Call to the bullpen. There's no better time to act than today. So Jeremy Hellickson, Brandon Kinsler, both at Potomac yesterday. Brandon's with us. He's been reactivated. He's in the bullpen. Jeffrey Rodriguez sent back to AAA, and Jeremy Hellickson hit hard, but those are numbers you need to ignore. They'll know when he's big league ready to come back into the rotation, and should not be too long. Daniel Robertson first at bat against Justin Miller. Runner on the move. Safe. Matt Duffy is 5th stolen base of the year.
That second inning, you're not going to just sit on your lead if you're the Rays. You're going to try to expand, and pretty good jump by Duffy. Like Carp said, 5th stolen base. Been caught 3 times. Got a great jump. That was off of Justin Miller.
Robertson backed up Taylor against the wall in deep left center first time.
Adjusted 2 pitches, fastball, slider. Slider's 86, fastball's averaging 93. See the numbers on the big right-hander. Opponents hitting 162 against Justin's fastball and 188 against his slider. So his job to keep it 6-0 and see what happens. Never know. Long way to go.
We had a game in this ballpark 3 years ago where the Nats scored double digits.
16-4, I believe, was the final last time.
And they still haven't found Clint Robinson's home run ball, have they? They'd be up there in right field still. Fastball just missed. 2-2.
I'll call that a strike. The Nats are going to get in at 6 in the morning again tonight. It's a good pitch.
Taylor shaded slightly towards center. 3-2. And a pop-up right side. Not threatening to hit any of the rings up there, and Defoe puts it away for the first out.
How are the charity brackets coming? We made it to the final round of the charity bracket. Oh, Bryce beats Adam Eaton. And Sean Doolittle, I think, beat Gio. So support your favorite charities and awareness for those charities. Plus, you get discounted Nats tickets for participating. Simply visit nationals.com/bracket to get started.
Wilson Ramos called out on strikes first time. 0 for 1 career against Justin Miller. So he's the 9th Ray to bat here in the second. Oh, they had him picked off, but nobody there. Justin had that inside move, and Duffy had broken the wrong way, but Wilmer Defoe's at the very back of the infield dirt up the middle.
Yeah, just shuffling off. He wasn't stealing. So obviously a rough night for Gio Gonzalez, but you play long enough, you have enough starts, that's going to happen. You look at his starts every year, 33, 32, 32. I mean, he's reliable. He goes out there and takes the ball every 5th day. And when you do that, Carp, whatever happened tonight, whether it was mechanical, just wasn't feeling good, that's going to happen. So he's hoping that maybe he gets off the hook somewhere down the line here in this game. But like I said, he doesn't miss starts. He doesn't go on the DL. He takes the ball every 5th day. That's called baseball. You're going to have stinkers every once in a while. Just like a hitter's going to go 0 for 10 with 8 strikeouts. I mean, it happens when you post every single day, or when you're like Gio, you post every 5th day. He's a horse. Just didn't have it tonight. Baseball.
Miller to Ramos, 1-1. Yeah, just can't sit down. He's beside himself right now. Up the middle, Trey Turner in and slightly to his left. 2 down. So they're 3 and 4 hitters, Robertson and Ramos, a combined 0 for 4 so far. And next up will be C.J. Cron, who walked to lead this inning off. C.J. Cron, first time against Miller. Pedro Severino's been busy tonight.
Front door slider. Crone's got pop. I mean, 16 home runs obviously tells you that, but he had a far one at Nats Park, and he's a guy that doesn't get cheated up there.
'16 for the Angels last year. We saw him when the Nats were in Anaheim. 16 the year before that. Pitch up, fastball unhittable. So Justin Miller comes in, gets 3 consecutive batters. On to the third now. 6-0 Tampa Bay. Plenty of time to get back into this one. Top of the third coming up. Here's our Wells Fargo a look ahead. And the schedule until the All-Star break. We're going to be on the road a lot. These two here, day off Wednesday, 4 at the Phillies. And then over the 4th, the Red Sox are in, followed by the Marlins. Whoever hosts the All-Star game has to be gone the week before because they have to get everything ready around the ballpark and all that. So we'll be in Pittsburgh and New York the week before the Midsummer Classic, and the Nats have the best road record in the league at 22-15.
I'm excited for the All-Star home run call broadcaster contest that's 3 days before the game. I think you'd win that if there was one.
Busted bat, at least it sounded like one. We're not sure in here. That's a pretty good pick by Jake Bowers on the low throw by Adeiny Echeverria, who knew he had to get rid of it with Eaton running.
Yeah, 2 hands and then got rid of it quick, and a nice pick by Bowers at first.
Top of the order, Trey Turner. Bryce Harper. Things look really good. A couple of minutes into the game when Turner walked, Harper walked. Anthony Rendon's deep fly ball advanced both of them, but Snell went to work, striking out Soto, and Michael A. Taylor lined out to right. Nats went 1-2-3 in the second. So the first time around the order, they go 0 for 7 with those 2 walks.
If you're wondering why Adam Eaton's hitting 9th DH and didn't talk to Davey today, but if I'm thinking like the skipper is, you get a guy a half a day off. He's hitting 9th. He's probably not going to have 5 at-bats, maybe 3 or 4. Not running around on the turf.
Right.
So you still get a quality bat in the lineup and kind of giving him a semi-day off all in one.
And if your number 8 hitter makes the last out like Severino did, you have Eaton, Turner, and Harper. Kind of like a regular leadoff scenario.
Yeah.
We'll see if it happens again, but it did happen here.
You think about the big picture too. You're going to need him all year, and you don't want to wear him out coming off that ankle surgery too soon. So kind of kill 2 or 3 birds with one stone.
Trey thought he had walked, but it's 3-2. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast. That's interesting because Chad Fairchild hasn't been calling that side of the plate much for strikes. Most umpires work right over the inside shoulder. That is on the side where the hitter is. Inside shoulder of the catcher. Trey Turner on a fastball up and away. Strikes out on 96. 4 Ks for Blake Snell. So it's important, Dan Coco, for the manager to handle this whole days off thing correctly, right?
Yeah, Bob, a lot of fans probably wondering why Daniel Murphy not in the starting lineup today after his big 3-hit game last night. Same type of deal as what you guys were just talking about with Adam Eaton. Davey saying earlier he wanted to give Murph some time, you know, quick turnaround after last night's game, had played a few games in a row, and also playing on this turf, a significant thing for guys coming back from lower body injuries. And Murph's knee surgery, obviously a significant one, so a day off for him.
Yeah, maybe he DHs tomorrow. We'll see. Nats are facing a right-hander, Nathan Eovaldi, tomorrow. And of course, we will have Max on the mound.
Everybody knows about playing on turf. It's Davey. He played in Montreal, played here. Knows how it could beat you up even for a short series.
Bryce walked first time.
Cincinnati, I think, was turf when Davey played there.
Snell, first 2 innings, 33 pitches, and he's dealing right now, trying to retire his 9th consecutive hitter. Ramos wants it up, and Bryce not biting. Target away. And that's a called third strike. 5 Ks for Snell. 2 in the inning. Nats down 6. Through July. Book yours now at travel.hilton.com/DC. You never know when you might end up on the Masson yacht speedboating through beautiful Tampa Bay. Wow, look at that sunset.
Some people call that a sailboat. Without the sails.
Hey, where I grew up, that's a yacht. Anything bigger than a canoe is a yacht.
Well, I mean,
from my neighborhood.
A big sailboat could be a yacht.
Okay.
Just
yeah.
beat a jerk.
All right, here's Justin Miller to Jake Bowers. Justin, 15 pitches, 9 strikes. Add another into each column as the bottom of the third is underway. This one out of play to the left side. Yankees have a run at Philadelphia, 1-0 fourth inning there. And they're delayed in Atlanta, where the Reds are trying to play the Braves. So the Phillies 2.5 back, Nats 3 back of Atlanta. Bowers double first time up after the Crone walk, and that's what really kind of jump started that big second inning. 2-2.
And something was off for Gio tonight. And it's kept an obvious statement, but I'm hoping it was just mechanics, is my point.
Hard hit. Reynolds, good try, couldn't get there. Jake Bowers. So what, his last 3 at-bats, homer, double, single. They played the sound effects from the old show 24 when Jake Bowers gets to first.
Yeah, when you're a young player and you have success against a really good team like the Yankees, I mean, the confidence level has to be through the dome roof right now for Bowers.
Looked like Reynolds got a piece of it on the way by.
Such a quick infield here. The dirt's hard, the turf's obviously hard.
Here's Carlos Gomez. His walk loaded the bases last inning. Quick move, runner back in plenty of time. Rays will do some running. Duffy's stolen 1 tonight. They have 45 steals, 5th most in the American League. Trying to win their first interleague game in 8 tries. Nats are 9-6. After this, all that's left, I say all, is the Red Sox at Nationals Park next week.
I always thought when you had a rough travel day as a player, whether it was in the minor leagues or the big leagues, getting off to a good start and creating your own adrenaline was huge. Yeah, because everybody's tired in the dugout, right? But if you score a couple in the first, now everybody kind of perks up a little bit. And you score another run, and all of a sudden you're high-fiving, and you forget the fact that you're beat up. And that's how you win after tough travel. And it goes the other way. Now it's tough to flip the script. It really is. Not that it's impossible. It's just super tough. Because you don't have that false adrenaline or whatever you want to call it that you would have if you had a good start.
Hard sinking fastball. Justin looking for the ground ball there. Pretty good lead by Bowers. He's holding. Swing and a miss on a pitch that appeared to be outside. Well outside. Second K for Miller. He's retired 4 of his 5 batters.
Baseball's 2 biggest events of the summer back to back. The action begins with the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 16th, 8 p.m. That'll be fun. Bryce said if he makes the team, he's going to enter that. Then catch baseball's biggest stars, 89th MLB All-Star Game, presented by MasterCard, July 17th on Fox. Coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Adeiny Echeverria.
I was hoping to grab a Masson cameraman and a glove and shag home runs in the stands and video it. That's what I want to do. I want to dive everywhere for homers. Just like run over people and catch them.
I could see you doing that.
I want to.
You know, reports out of San Francisco years ago told me that while you were covering Barry Bonds' path to the record-setting home run, you were trying to catch that ball instead of having a fan catch it.
That's where I got the idea.
Yeah.
I had a glove. And I was stationed out in right field, and the idea was to catch his historic home run. But
you know, if you'd have caught that, you probably wouldn't be sitting next to me right now.
I don't know.
You'd be an immortal giant broadcaster forever.
I'd be on an island out of soul.
Living with that guy that sold you the Ghost app on your phone.
I mean, you got to spice up the home run derby a little bit, so I figured go catch some balls, shag out there.
Yeah.
I always thought they should let lions loose on the field to spice it up too. You know, all those kids running around out there, give them something to dodge. I'd watch.
Wonder if anybody will have the gall to sit out on First Street and hope for some homers to clear the entire ballpark.
Rice could do it. Those things are golf balls.
And for right-handed batters, half street. Why not? Challenge fastball. It's up in the air, and Defoe tracking it. Wilmer with the one-handed grab, 2 down. So Justin Miller trying to restore order here as we're about to move into the middle innings and give the Nats at least a chance to get the bats going. Willie Adames, after the wild pitch while Echeverria was batting, drew an RBI walk his first time. Willie Adames is just 22 years of age. Coming into this season, Baseball America sure liked him. That one was up near one of the rings, and it falls foul. Baseball America rates him the number 19 prospect in all of Major League Baseball and Tampa Bay's number 2. From Santiago of the Dominican Republic. Came here with Drew Smiley in a deal in 14 at the deadline that sent David Price to the Tigers and outfielder Austin Jackson to the Mariners. Pretty good swing as he reached out and got one, and it's on a hop to Michael A. Taylor. Bowers to third. And their number 9 hitters on for the second time.
Reached down and got a slider right there. Nice piece of hitting.
Third time up for Kevin Kiermaier. Third inning, third at bat, grand slam. Last time up. The ball hit right about the yellow line in deep right center. There's an irregularity in the fence out there, and it looked like it deflected to the right. It went out of the ballpark as Michael A. Taylor gave it a great try. So Kiermaier, first home run of the year. RBI total in 18 games went from 1 to 5. Got to put a 0 on the board here. Fastball away. Some kind of fastball, inner edge there. Nissan will track it.
Trying to hit another one. Little cut to this fastball. See it moving from one side of the plate to the other.
Low and in, but Bruce Treckman says he went. Instead of 3-1, it's 2-2.
Check it out from the side. 6-0 game this early. I think Bruce Treckman saw him blink and was going to say he went. But if he makes contact there, is it a hit?
Could be. Turner shaded up the middle. Defoe to pull. Close. Little body English by Miller there trying to get the call, and it's 3-2.
Close.
Runner at first. On the move.
Heads up. Might get a foul ball here.
We could. We're low. Just a little offset toward the left side. I've taken 2 jab steps on fastballs away so far.
Got quick feet. I've seen your foot wedge before.
Oldest club in the bag. 3-2, still pretty good battle here by Kevin Kiermaier. He's a homegrown Ray, 31st round 8 years ago. He's won a couple of Gold Gloves. He's been hurt a lot the last 2 to 3 seasons. 3-2 again, and that's a wicked slider for a wild pitch. Ball pinballs around, and it's 7-0 as Jake Bauers scores from third. Walk, wild pitch, and Adames ends up at second base.
Yeah, there's been a lot of players, privately and publicly, that have been outspoken about the ESPN Sunday night game and how it affects them down the road. And I think you're seeing a perfect example of a late night game, late travel, and spending a lot of energy to come back to win that game last night. A lot of guys have gone on record, Carp. I think more haven't gone on record saying they wish that that didn't even happen anymore moving forward, or at least started at a reasonable time.
Yeah.
Because I know how I feel up here talking right now. I can't imagine trying to hit a 98-mile-an-hour fastball or something coming at me like that.
Well, we've talked about this before with different scheduling scenarios that are problematic. It can be a safety issue eventually as well. Guys' reaction time maybe not as quick on a fastball coming in. And a drive to center. Michael A. Taylor is right there. So the Rays pick up another and lead by 7. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer or log on to ramtrucks.com, and like Anthony Rendon, get to work. Guts, glory, Ram. He's hot. He leads off. Top 4 straight ahead. Drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. And unlike the pool in Arizona, that's not one where you're going to go swimming during a ball game. Rendon, Soto, Taylor, top four. 47 pitches, 27 strikes. For Blake Snell, who's retired 9 nats in a row since walking Harper back in the first. Anthony, fly ball to center, advanced both runners back then. Second time around the order, so the Nats getting another look at this lefty, who still sports that really good sharp hook. 80 on the curve. No balls, 2 strikes. One and two.
Just look at everything from Snelly, free and easy, 7-run lead. Don't have to think about a whole lot out there. Fastball in the upper 90s, so this is going to be a tough assignment either way. But now up by a touchdown, he's just letting it rip.
Yeah, trying to become the American League's third 10-game winner or double-digit winner. Luis Severino, the Yankees, has 11. Corey Kluber, the amazing right-hander from Cleveland, has 11.
I think the battery you're looking at is their all-stars.
Could be, should be. Fastball up, it's 2-2 to Rendon. High heat, 96. Strikeout number 6, and that's 3 in a row. He has struck out Turner, Harper, and Rendon consecutively here.
DC Lexus dealers donate $250 to the Children's National Health System for the first 200 homers hit by the Nats this year. Lexus, experience amazing.
First time up, Juan Soto saw some nasty breaking stuff from Blake Snell. And that falls into that category, 88 for a strike.
The only thing I don't like about Blake Snell is the single-digit number. I can't get used to that on a pitcher.
For a pitcher?
I just don't like it. It looks weird. And I'm sure
Mike Leake's the other, right? He wears number 7.
I'm sure it has meaning, and obviously you have to respect that. It just looks funny, I think. It's like a wide receiver in the NFL with a 70 number, even though I don't think they can.
Blake Snell, born in Seattle, 25 years of age. Rays first rounder 7 years ago. He was the 52nd overall player taken out of Shorewood High School in Shoreline, Washington. Soto offered, and he looked back to see if he'd struck out. Chad Fairchild said he did. Then he didn't know if the ball skipped in the dirt or not. Strikeout number 7 either way. Michael A. Taylor coming in. Lined out to right first time, Dan, and what's the latest on him?
Oh, Bob, Michael Taylor's been going great lately, and talking to hitting coach Kevin Long about Taylor the other day, he said he's been simplifying things mentally, not thinking a whole lot, and going up there pretending like he's in a 3-1 count on every pitch, regardless of what the count actually is, being smart but aggressive.
I like it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what's the significance of that?
Well, when you're in a 3-1 count or a 3-0 count with a green light, you're looking for one pitch in one spot. So now you're being even more picky, and if it's not in that spot, you're taking it. A lot of times when you're thinking too much up there, you're trying to cover the fastball in, the fastball away, the slider in, the slider, and you're just thinking, you're overthinking it, and you get caught in between as a hitter. So now it's a lot like the A's taught their young hitters in the minor leagues. One pitch, one spot, and if it's not there, take it. But if you go up there with a 3-1 mentality, hopefully swinging at strikes.
I tell you, Michael A. Taylor and Wilson Ramos having a little fun. Blake Snell has low hit stuff tonight and maybe something else.
No matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
To the bottom of the fourth. Treats coming, I'm sure. Either that or they're already gone. Great to see so many Nats fans here, hoping to give them something to cheer for. And the bottom of the fourth starts with a Justin Miller pitch up and into Daniel Robertson.
Who's sharing? Is she sharing? Yep. Lefty, righty, both going at it.
First one to the bottom wins.
The righty's crushing though. Lefty better get in there quick.
Out of play.
Yeah, she's gonna have a brain freeze. She's just going straight domination. What? You want more? It's got to get in there one more time, right? The lefty? She has to. Before it's too late.
That was a breaking ball hit long to left by Robertson. And now coming forward for it, Juan Soto. 1 out, 4th inning. They're calling Wilson here.
Posers. Absolutely posing.
So the Rays hanging in there. You know, in the American League East, they're 18-19. Obviously, being in a division with the Yankees and the Red Sox, not easy. And Ramos hits one to left, and that is out of here. He's into double digits. 10 homers, 37 RBIs. That's his 2nd homer, 5th RBI in the last 9 games. 10 games now with part of this one. And he's a fan favorite everywhere he plays.
.2.9, 393 for the Buffalo. Weird seeing him do that to the Nats, isn't it?
Yeah. Fastball by C.J. Cron.
There's rumors that the Rays are trying to deal him.
Yeah, you wonder if, as the season goes on, 2 state of Florida catchers might be on the move.
And
everybody wants JT Realmuto.
For what price?
Yeah, it's going to be a big price. One.
Well, the Nats need offensive catcher. I mean, there's no other way to put it. You never know. See.
Nasty breaking pitch and a strikeout. Justin Miller's 3rd. 2 outs here in the 4th. You would think his last inning. It would match his longest outing as a Nat. He did not pitch in the game last night. 1 inning each for Solis, Kelly, Grace, Madsen, and Doolittle to nail down that 8-6 win. Here's Jake Bauers, who's 2 for 2. Pulled a base hit last time. That led off the 3rd. He scored on the 2-out wild pitch while Kevin Kiermaier was walking. He's 3 for 3.
Tell you what, this is one ballpark where I'd try to hit the ball on the ground. The infield here is U.S. Open green fast.
Yeah. Carlos Gomez, a walk and a strikeout. Gio walked him. Miller struck him out.
Justin Miller's battling. You got to respect what he's doing out there. A guy that's not used to probably throwing this many pitches. 54th pitch coming for Justin Miller. Taking one for the team big time.
And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. So he gave up a homer to Ramos. Miller gets this game to the 5th inning. Nats down by 8.
Geico highlights. 15 minutes can save you 50% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Little game summarization. Nats looking for their first knock right here. See what happens.
Reynolds, Defo Severino, pitch number 61 from Blake Snell. He has struck out 5 batters in a row. Mark was strikeout victim number 2, leading off the 2nd. Mixing in the off-speed stuff, the 96 heater. So Tim Collins will take over for the Nats in the bottom of the 5th. 3 hard-working innings by Justin Miller just to get things settled down. 54 pitches, 37 strikes.
Yeah, tip of the cap to the big right-hander.
Job like that can save you for the rest of the series, or really even the rest of the week. Right side and moving to his left, Willie Adames.
All right, celebrate America's birthday, not with Rays in a tank, because that would be silly. It's a national pastime in the nation's capital. Join us at Nats Park for games against the Red Sox, July 2nd through the 4th, and the Marlins, July 5th through the 8th. For tickets, visit Nationals.com and get your month straight, dummy. Still
Yeah,
going?
it's almost July.
She is not quitting. Crushing it. Cannonball. Cannonballing the melted ice cream. I love it.
Wilmer Defoe struck out swinging first time. Right-handed shift, 3 men on the left side of the infield, way off the line. Bowers at first. Curveball down and in. 1-1. So Willie Adames drew a line out to center field, good 10 feet to the left of that.
Over on the left side. You feel like his parents missed the boat on the name, though, right? Nico Nostra is the first name, and now you know everything that's going to happen the rest of your life.
Or at least you convince people that you do.
Go Nostradamus. He would have known.
That's a swing and a miss on a curveball in the dirt, and they're going to throw out Defoe, 2 down in the 5th.
Would have known he was going to be a big leaguer right out of the gate. They wouldn't have to guess about anything. They could have won tons of money betting on sports. All kinds of advantages to naming your kid Nostra when your last name is Adames.
Who's the umpire that you do that with all the time?
Calamari.
Calamari, yeah. Adam Hamari. You do not have to wait till late night to be entertained on this Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's Snell against Pedro Severino. Fastball away. Hit a fly ball to center first time.
Basically, your kid would have been a time machine.
This guy is working fast, mixing it up, feeling it, and getting it done right now. Inside the Numbers, presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day. It's not gone well for the Nats. They're winning only about 1 out of every 3 games against left-handed starters. Not hitting, on base percentage low. 3.5 runs. 22 home runs in 23 games. 2-2 here. Swing and a miss. 10 strikeouts in 5 innings for Blake Snell.
I think they should shoot him up in the middle of the game, like right in the middle of an inning. That would be the best fireworks show ever. So they're lying to you. Unless you do it during the game, they're lying. The Salem Red Sox.
Salem Red Sox.
Yeah, not the Witches. I think they should be the Witches.
We have enough ridiculous minor league nicknames for teams now. So here's Tom Collins. Pardon me for interrupting. Tim. I called him Tom in spring training, and every time we come to Florida, I call him a drink. So for Tim, it's his 13th appearance, 7 hits in 7 2/3, 4 strikeouts, couple of walks.
Saying the uniform possibilities are endless if they were the Salem Witches.
Echeverria, Adames, and Kiermaier. First pitch, drifting toward the gap, and Michael A. Taylor there. Bottom of the 5th underway.
A fastball curve change for Tim. Fastball 93 on average. Doing a nice job out of the pen since he's been called up. 28 years old, 5'7", 170.
Only 2 Rays have ever hit against Collins. Gomez and Ramos, despite his amount of time with the Royals. Good looking off-speed pitch in there. Adames, an RBI walk. That was the 5th walk. Final one given up by Gio back in the 2nd. And then he flared a base hit to left to keep the 3rd inning alive until they could score on the wild pitch to make it 7-0. The Ramos homer made it 8. And here we are, bottom 5. Wow. Pulled it so severely it banged off one of the walls that's pretty much the outside of the ballpark.
You'd also known every pitch that was coming too if you had that other first name your whole career.
What he didn't know is how early he would be for that one. 110 miles an hour on the foul ball. Target in. It's where some strikes have been with fastballs tonight. And a 1-hopper. Trey Turner, did he barehand that? 2 outs.
I got some backspin on it. Jam shot to short. Sometimes a lot of rotation on the ball. And watch Trey Turner as it kind of hops back toward the 3rd base side. Bare hand, all in one motion. Get rid of it. Nifty play. I like it.
Lefty-lefty matchup, but the Nats go into a shift anyway as Trey moves to the right side of the second base bag. Outfield, they play him pretty straight away. It's a ballpark where it's not that deep down the lines. 315 left, 322 right. Gaps aren't that deep. 370 to the deep gaps on both sides, and then 404 straight away. So it's not really a triples ballpark. Kiermaier hit one unreachable 2 times ago for the big blow of this game. Made it 6-0 after it was 2-0. And with Trey Turner coming toward first base, he takes it for the first time tonight, and that's pitcher gets a 1-2-3 inning. Eaton, and then the top of the order straight ahead.
left-hander Blake Snell's having a nice night tonight. Everything's been sharp. The fastball's been mid to upper 90s. It's a slider right there you're looking at. And then the fastball into Bryce Harper. So, got a no-hitter going. And Nats are trying to scratch one out right here, right now. Adam Eaton is my choice for the first hit. Here we go.
73 pitches, 47 strikes. The 100% fiber optic network means more speed for more devices at once. Visit getfios.com. Adam Eaton, uncertain swing. Bounced out to short, first time up. First two men walked. Since then, Blake Snell has retired 15 in a row in his no-hit bid. Up the middle, hits the side of the mound, and in plenty of time, Willie Adames. So we've now completed 2 times through the lineup, and Turner and Harper will embark us on the 3rd time.
Times through the order, there you go. 3rd time's a charm. But, you know, this isn't like you're scratching your head going, this is a nobody. What's going on? How come they're not hitting? This guy's one of the better pitchers in the American League. Legit.
Yeah, this year he certainly is. Last year, 24 starts, went 5-7 with a 4.04 ERA. Had 119 strikeouts in 129 innings. As I mentioned earlier, career record of 20-19. Start number 60 for the lefty tonight. Turner stings one deep to center, and going back to get it, Kevin Kiermaier. When he's healthy, one of the best center fielders in baseball. 2 outs.
A pretty good pass here by Trey Turner. Tough center fielder to get it over. He's playing right center, had to go back towards straightaway center. Got a good jump. Obviously on his toes, realizing the situation, and you said it, Carp. He's gold glove quality type center fielder.
Here's Bryce, who's walked and struck out looking.
I want to say he's 1-1.
He's 2-1.
I want to say he's 1-2.
Yeah, 15 and 16. Then he was all beat up last year. In fact, he's so good in 16, he missed a bunch of games with injury, but still won the Gold Glove. There's a knock to the right side that's going to be prevented by Willie Adames. Whenever something like you-know-what happens, there are always plays like this during the course of the game. may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals.
Watch your hand, young man. Those are killer rays.
Don't want to be calling. Don't want to be calling you lefty tomorrow.
All fun and games until you lose a digit or two.
Bottom of the 6th, Matt Duffy up there hacking. Collins has the ball pulled to the left side. Anthony Rendon, that sidearm rocket of his. And now on 11 pitches, Tim Collins has 4 outs. He also has a new right fielder. Brian Goodwin takes over. Bryce Harper has the rest of the night off after walking, striking out, and a moment ago getting robbed of the Nationals' first base hit. Daniel Robertson takes a breaking ball that was not far from his back knee. Oh for 3, 3 balls in the air. Changeup drifting away. 2-0. Back with the heater, and it's ball 3. All time, the Rays lead the Nats 8-7 in this series. 4 out of 5 in this ballpark. They've beaten our team. This is one of the ballparks where we get nearly a view from right over the pitcher, almost a straight line into home plate, just a little offset to the left field side. There it is. Strike 2. Robertson in disbelief as he returns to the batter's box. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
8-0. Strike.
Yeah.
I mentioned this many times on the broadcast, but umpires have clapped their hands in games that were basically decided and say, we're swinging the bat, boys, here we go. Meaning they would open up the zone a little bit.
And then to Robertson's credit, he fights off a pitch that appeared to be in toward the trademark of his bat, and he has his first hit of the night. Rays box score. Don't have to go much farther than the 2nd inning. Walks galore. You can see him up and down. It all started with Crone, Gomez, Echeverria, Adames, and then the big blow, the Kevin Kiermaier grand slam deep out to right center, made it 6-0. They've added 2 with runs in the 3rd and the 4th. Wilson Ramos is homered. Oh my, and it looks like he's done it again. Where's this thing coming down? It's 10-0 on Wilson Ramos' 11th of the year.
Buffalo having a big night. Looked like a fastball from Tim up in the zone, and first pitch swinging. Actually got on top of that, created a lot of backspin.
Wow. I guess it's appropriate that it hit near an exit sign. Here's C.J. Crone, the DH. He's up there hacking with a foul ball.
446.
Wow. Out to center, Michael A. Taylor. 2 down.
So that hit over a 370 sign about 5-6 rows up, and it was 446. And then we've seen some almost leave the ballpark that weren't that far. They did it well, though.
Yeah.
They hit right there, and that's right over the 370 sign. Is that 100 feet or close to it?
Yeah, I think Wilson's in good shape for his second All-Star game. Made it with the Nats in 16 when he hit 22 of those and drove in 80. Hit 307. Unfortunately, the season to a tragic end when he tore the ACL right knee September 26th. The Nats let him go in the free agent market, and the Rays signed him. Here's Jake Bauers, who's 3 for 3 tonight. Fastball whistles up and in. 1-1. Good hook. Two balls, 2 strikes here in the 6th. Big hook, inning over. But Wilson Ramos puts the Nats down by double digits with a 2-homer, 3 RBI night.
For a hit right now. So every Nationals walk here, First Blue Cross Blue Shield supports Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Washington, $50. The Nats have drawn 274 walks for a total of $13 billion. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Change seats right now.
All right, good do-ups here. 3-4-5 for the Nats. Rendon, Soto, Taylor. So we're updating his ERA as we go. The night started at 2.48. His home ERA 0.96. 18 batters in a row after the 2 walks to start the game. Swing and a miss. Anthony Rendon, he pulled the string at 87. There's Matt Grace. So 3 innings for Miller, 2 for Collins so far.
Do you change anything if you're Blake Snell right now? Meaning, do you avoid certain hitters that are hot, like the guy in the box, or do you stay aggressive? Do you pitch for the no-hitter?
Yeah.
And think about that, or do you just stay with the process, the game plan, 1 pitch out? You got to be thinking about in the 7th. You have to be. So do you walk a guy to maybe get somebody else up there that you can handle better? I say no. I say you just keep doing what you're doing. But this is the one guy that I think would be your toughest matchup of the night. How many did there's been a lot of walks and no-hitters.
Oh yeah,
throughout the years.
Yeah, Nolan Ryan had a bunch of walks in some of his no-hitters. Rendon to left, and this ball is off the wall. Daniel Robertson returns it. It's a typical double for Anthony Rendon, and there, well, I'll let you say it.
I'd be jacking my lines over there.
And by the way, that's Johnny Field in left field who took over for Daniel Robertson, who's now at third.
I mean, if you were thinking about it, it's the one guy in the lineup that was your toughest matchup. One of the hottest right-handers in all of baseball. He's hitting the ball all over the joint. A double and a home run last night. So Tony Two Bags does his thing. 21st double of the year for Anthony. And we waited a while, and Blake Snell was awesome. But there goes the no-hitter. Anthony Rendon will take the rest of the night off. First knock of the night for the Nats. Anthony Rendon double.
And he's going to get the rest of the night off as catcher Spencer Keyboom runs for him.
He'll go to first. Mark Reynolds will go third.
So Rendon keeps his hitting streak alive to 9 games. 15 for 35.
And everybody that changed seats, nice job.
So Rendon's 21st double. He started the night tied for 6th in the league with his 20. Just been driving the ball so well. One. Had a good block there by Wilson Ramos. So since May 23rd, this is something, because for the first 7 weeks of the season, Anthony Rendon had 5 doubles. Now he's had 15 in a couple of weeks, just over a month now. Never been that quick of a starter, and man, is he locked in now. 2-1. Soto takes ball 3. And a walk. 2 consecutive base runners. 3rd walk of the game.
I just like to see Anthony make an all-star team. He's, you know, every year one of the best players in the league, whether it's with his glove or his bat. He's one of the best third basemen in the National League. Always a second half kind of guy. He's coming on strong right now. Just be so nice for him to get recognized in his own ballpark on a national stage for what we all know, the type of player that he is. And if he keeps doing what he's doing, hopefully Dave Roberts is paying attention.
Michael A. Taylor, line drive to right and a swinging strikeout. 0-2. Up the middle, behind the runner. They're going to go 6-4-3. Leaving Keyboom at third with 2 down.
On the phone, check in. Pretty close up for, wasn't it? I thought he was safe from here, but Chip Hale on the horn. Resume play.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, that's Blake Snell's best friend. The 2-for-1. He faces Mark Reynolds here. Strikeout and a ground ball to second. Nats laying off those low fastballs in this inning, 3-0. Already had 1 walk. And taking all the way, it's 3-1. '97 for his 99th pitch in the 7th inning. I was looking at his pitch count coming into this inning and thinking, okay, if he's got a chance for a no-hitter in the 9th inning, he's going to be up over 110 to 115 pitches. So he's at 100 right now. And he walks Mark Reynolds, and maybe some fatigue setting in. We'll see. His 4th walk of the night, still only giving up 1 hit.
Good at bat by Reynolds.
Wilmer Defoe, strikeout in the 2nd and in the 5th. Victim number 3 and 9 for Snell.
Got to throw you off a little bit. You'd think if you're pitching for a no-hitter and then all of a sudden that was off. A lot of times you see guys give up some runs.
Yeah.
After that first hit, kind of lose focus, lose your concentration.
Yeah, trying to throw a no-hitter when it's 10-0. One ball, 1 strike to Wilmer. Now the Rays bullpen about to get to work, right field side. Wilmer pulls it down to the 3rd baseman. Robertson charging, and the Nats got a hit but still haven't been able to score. Time to stretch. It's all Rays.
I would have 7th inning bungee jumping off that. You get about 10 people, they just all jump off with the bungee. It would be the greatest thing in baseball, right?
You are the next Bill Veeck.
Seriously, it'd be awesome. Not as awesome as Toyota Case for Kids. Washington Area Toyota does help children and their families by making a $44 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season.
Bill Veeck, the legendary White Sox owner who had all kind of crazy promotions over the years.
Disco Demolition didn't go so well.
That did not go so well. Got a second game of a doubleheader postponed. Eddie Goodell won at bat. So here's Matt Grace against Carlos Gomez, bottom of the 7th. And Carlos with a big swing got started off with a big curveball right there. For Matt, 19th appearance. 16 strikeouts, 17 hits in 21 innings.
He's trimming his beard, I think, last night and goofed it up and then just shaved it all off. I think it looks good. First time we've ever seen him without a beard.
So activity in their bullpen. You would think Snell has to be done. 10-run lead, 7th inning, 103 pitches. And that looks like a strikeout. Carlos Gomez not interested in running. So the Nats will throw it around the horn. Bottom of the 7th underway. Enhance your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app. Access and manage your tickets. Enjoy check-in offers and exclusive content. Download the MLB Ballpark app. Here's Adeiny Echeverria. Austin Pruitt just came back to the big leagues today when they put Johnny Venters on the DL. Johnny Venters started that game in D.C. a couple of weeks ago when the Nats put 11 on the board. Eventually. Hot shot to short, and it comes up at the last moment on Trey Turner. They're going to give him an error on a hard hit ball on this very swift infield.
Swift is a good description. Yeah, Brett Gardner brought a bunt with him for the Yankees yesterday. Johnny Venters was covering first. Tweaked his hamstring covering the bag. I watched the replay in the room at 6:30 a.m. last night when the Nats got in.
Oh, what a night. And the odd thing about this whole thing is, and we didn't know the Nats were going to be on Sunday Night Baseball when they made up the schedule, at least this time. We have a very odd Wednesday day off in Philly after this 2-game series. I'm sure our guys would think it'd be wonderful to have had today off, play 2 here, day game Wednesday, go to Philadelphia, night game Thursday. Didn't work out that way. You deal with it, and now Max Scherzer will go tomorrow for the Nats. One ball, 2 strikes. It's only the Nationals' 32nd error of the year. All year long, they've been the 3rd best statistic defensive team in the league. Well, Grace keeping the ball down. That's his 2nd strikeout. All season long, the only 2 teams in the league with fewer errors than the Nats, the Diamondbacks and the Rockies.
Good sinker. Lots of late movement.
Nissan pitch casting, a strikeout. 2 down here in the 7th, to the top of the order for Kevin Kiermaier. Davey Martinez made the anticipated defensive move when Kieboom ran for Rendon. Mark Reynolds over to 3rd because Spencer's at 1st. So there they are.
They're kind of like Dansby Swanson and Charlie Culberson, those two. You see that? Kieboom and Reynolds. I mean, one could
baseball brothers.
Yeah, I mean, look at them. Just showed them both, and I was like, who's who? Same color beards, like those two in Atlanta.
They got the game underway in Atlanta. The Braves got 2 in the bottom of the first. So they're only in the second inning up there from where we are. It's 2-0 Braves. Yankees 2-1 at Philadelphia in the 7th. Aaron Judge has hit his 20th homer for New York.
Even though we have not seen the Red Sox yet, the Yankees are by far the best team I think the Nats have played this year. They split the series with them.
Yeah, they're better than anybody in this league.
I think so.
And Boston's been prolific with their offensive numbers all year. Yankees have probably more power, but the Red Sox just score runs like crazy. Matt Grace, a 3-strikeout inning, and Kevin Kiermaier's really angry with Chad Fairchild. 10-0 to the 8th. Experience amazing. And by Visit Annapolis, create your moment at visitannapolis.org. The Trop, downtown St. Petersburg on a late June Monday night. So Blake Snell is done after 103 pitches, 63 strikes. And it'll be Austin Pruitt for the Rays. As mentioned, just returned back to their bullpen today when Johnny Venners was put on the DL. Malik Smith will replace Kevin Kiermaier in center, and Jesus Sucre will replace Wilson Ramos, who had a big night, 2 for 4, couple of homers.
Pruitt had a 4.24 ERA and 51 innings for the Rays the first time around. Doesn't strike out a lot of guys, pitches to contact.
28-year-old right-hander from the Woodlands, Texas, just north of Houston. Pitched for the U of H. And this one fouled off to the right side.
Phi Slamma Jamma.
Guy V. Lewis.
I feel like that
Great
was
basketball coach.
one of the best college teams.
This ball out to center. Off the bat of Severino. And caught by Malik Smith. Pedro making a bid for his first home run this year.
All right, Friday, July 6th, be one of the first 25,000 fans enter the ballpark and receive a Bryce Harper Patriotic bobblehead presented by SAIC. It's got to be the hottest giveaway of the summer, right? Visit nationals.com for tickets today. Careful, Bryce, those rays are deadly right there. They feed them live animals, you know that, right?
Do they?
Yeah. They throw like, I don't know, a gazelle in there.
Are you trying to tell me that seafood eats red meat?
They just throw a
That doesn't
gazelle
make any sense
in
at
there
all.
like every 3 A wildebeest. It's gone, just bones in the bottom.
That they were rays, not piranhas.
They're piranha rays.
There's Adam Eaton. That's a nasty pitch, and he couldn't stop his swing. Fastball up to Adam. In the 9th spot as the DH tonight, 0 for 2 on a pair of ground balls, 1 to each side of the infield.
That 0 for 2 into a 1 for 3. It'd be a nice night all of a sudden for Adam.
Two with 1 out. Hot shot to the right side. Willie Adames. 2 down. Top of the order, Trey Turner. Walk 0 for 2 for Trey. Pretty hot fastball tailing to the inside edge.
And crushed one to center last time up.
Yeah, that looked like it had a chance to be the first hit.
These are the tough at-bats right here. You want something to show for the night. It's 10-0. You're running on fumes. Tough to concentrate, but you want to knock all in one.
High drive, deep left, but Johnny Field is there. Nats go 1-2-3 in the 8th. Looks like another inning for Matt Grace, trying to just keep things from going totally haywire here. SUVs. Wilson Ramos gives us our 4 drives of the game. That's the solo 1-out 4th inning. And then he hit one 446 with 1 out, a runner aboard in the 6th. So Wilson Ramos making an all-star bid here, now has 11 home runs and 39 RBIs for the Tampa Bay Rays. And he's only had 64 games and 239 at-bats this year. Name a catcher in baseball who can hit the ball any farther than that guy. Maybe Gary Sanchez when he's healthy, but he's on the DL now with the Yankees. So here's another inning for Matt Grace, and he takes on Johnny Field.
Yeah, I was looking at the Phillies box score. They got their first hit in the 6th inning tonight.
Oh boy. Yeah, so they're feeling it too, huh?
They got in at 4:30 back home after they bust back from Nats Park.
Johnny Fields, a 26-year-old rookie born in Las Vegas. It's in there. Bishop Gorman High School, where they won 4 state titles, went to the University of Arizona. And he was the batting champion in the Pac-12 the year they won the College World Series. Johnny Field, evidently good field, good hit. Mark Reynolds over to Spencer Keyboom. Or was it the other way around?
I don't know.
For the first out. We think it was Reynolds to Keyboom. Yeah, there's Spencer.
Spencer Reynolds.
Next up is Daniel Robertson. Switched positions in the 7th from left field to third base. 1 for 4 night. And a good backdoor breaking ball that comes around for a strike. Not reachable. High hopper. That's a fair ball. Reynolds right on target. A brilliant play. Mark Reynolds well into foul territory after he let it go. And Keyboom didn't even have to move the mitt for the throw.
Nice play. Well, he's a shortstop in college. He's played a lot of third base at the major league level. This was a shortstop type play. Look at swipe at it on the run, let it eat. Anthony Rendon, I looked right down the Nats dugout. Rendon was over the rail with a big time reaction to the play. Right there was the do or die part he did, and then the throw was impressive too.
Yeah. And I don't care what the score is, what inning it is, you marvel at a play like that.
Great play.
Here's the catcher, Jesus Sucre, 29-year-old from Venezuela. Parts of 4 years in the big leagues previously with the Mariners and the Rays, and that's a nasty Matt Grace curveball down and in. One ball, 2 strikes. Hammered to center. Wilson Ramos backup. What a night for the number 5 spot in the order now. 3 consecutive hits. His 17th hit of the year. Pardon me, the cleanup spot. Here's C.J. Cron, who's 0 for 3 with a walk. Hit hard, but foul. So the Rays are 3 outs away from winning their first interleague game against the National League East. Like we do with the Orioles, they play the Marlins every year. Local interleague rivalry. It's a fastball that stays inside.
It's one of the greatest rivalries in all of sports, I feel like.
Giants, Dodgers, Cardinals, Cubs, Yankees, Red Sox, Nats, Rays. Well, there's a base hit. They're playing like they're embroiled in some kind of rivalry tonight. The hits keep on coming. And that's C.J. Cron's first of the night. So the Nats had 17 hits last night, and they've given up 11 tonight. Jake Bauers is next. He's 3 for 4.
The Yankees are winning 4-1 against the Phillies. The Phillies have 2 hits. That one's in the top of the 8th.
The SNB effect. Sunday Night Baseball.
It's not an excuse. It's real. Oh, we're going to get a foul ball.
That was close.
Go.
We're on a 6-year drought, by the way. And that's a slow rolling base hit up the middle that'll score at Sucre. Taylor's throw home is late. And the Rays lead 11-0 with 3 consecutive 2-out hits. 4-hit night for Jake Bauers. Now we'll see if he's in the lineup against Max Scherzer tomorrow.
Oh, of course he will be. He's your hottest hitter.
He will. Lefty, and he's hot.
Max is somewhere down there saying, get it all out of your system, boys. What's the 6-year drought?
Foul balls in the booth.
Oh, that's right.
You and I had one in the same year.
12.
You caught one cleanly in Boston. I caught one on a carom in Milwaukee.
Yep.
The baseball gods said that's enough for those 2.
Well, with all the new analytics, you'd think they'd have stuff for broadcasters too to position ourselves up here.
That's, you know what? That's why we have not been shifting.
Not shifting. We don't believe in it. Thus the 6-year drought.
Trying to put the reverse jinx on it here. The hitter is Carlos Gomez, who's 0 for 1 career.
You really want one?
Against Matt Grace.
Coming up here 100 miles an hour. You want one of those?
Bring it on, boys.
Oh, goodness. Not tonight. I'd have to catch.
Not tonight.
I'd have to catch the one in the middle.
No. Bouncing ball. Reynolds to Kieboom. Rays pick up another run, and they put 11 on the board tonight on 12 hits. looking for his 11th win. He's already beaten them one time this year. Couple of earned runs, 5 hits, 8 innings. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 13 at Nationals Park, June 5th. Some kind of outing for Max that night. That was game 1 of that series. Washington won it 4-2. And Matt Grace frustrated after giving up 3 hits and a run here.
It's been a frustrating night.
Brian Goodwin's first at bat. Came in to replace Bryce Harper in right field. Back in the 6th inning. Right side, Jake Bauers picking it off like Keith Hernandez and kind of hitting like Keith Hernandez right now. 1 out.
But he doesn't use Just for Men.
Not yet, but he might. And this will be Spencer Keyboom's first debut tonight. He ran for Anthony Rendon after Anthony doubled, leading off the 7th. So Davey got our third baseman off his feet for the rest of the night.
It's a feel-good knock right here.
That's an unhittable fastball tailing up and in.
One of my good buddies went to his first Nats game the other day, and Spencer was playing. He said, it's my new favorite player. I just love the last name.
Spencer Keyboom.
I said, he's a good dude. You picked a good one.
And I'll tell you, the way kid brother Carter's playing, who knows? Promoted to Harrisburg AA last week. Wow. Strike 3 call. A little bit of a delay by Chad Fairchild. He might have let them know verbally it was strike 3. Not what a hitter wants to see at this stage of a game. And the Rays are 1 out away from their 4th consecutive win.
If the Nats get shut out tonight, it would be more times than they were shut out all last year.
Yeah, right now the Nats have 5 shutouts and they've been shut out 6 times. Juan Soto trying to extend his hitting streak here to 9 games. Snell was tough on him last night, or tonight, I mean. Alex Parker of Masson and Ray Knight with Nats Extra post game coming up. And now the Rays a strike away. They'll be only 2 under 500 with a win here tonight. That was close.
Trying to turn a 0 for 2 into a 1 for 3.
$13,624. It's just under the Rays average of 14,603, 29th in baseball. Marlins drawing only 10,268 per game. But their fans have to be happy. Their team's exploded here after sweeping the Yankees.
Yeah, they're working on an undefeated homestand. Juan Soto's grinding this at bat out, isn't he? Love it.
Up the middle, and he keeps the game going and keeps his hitting streak alive. 9 hits in 9 games for Juan Soto.
Doesn't matter what the score is or how many hits the Nats have. That was a big league at bat. You could tell he was focused and he was going to get something to show for the night. So an 0 for 2 into a 1 for 3 in the second hit of the night for the Nats, and the hitting streak that Bob's talking about.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, 1 hit per game in the streak, but a whole bunch of walks to go with it. Continues to get on base at a good pace. And now Michael A. Taylor trying to salvage a 1 for 4. And Soto was headed down to second base on defensive indifference, but foul ball says come back.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
If you're a commissioner, you just leave him there, right?
Well, it got the attention of the first base dugout, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Not that you're supposed to quit ever. I never got that.
Cutting action on that one, 89. And the Nats are down to their final strike again. Target away. Taylor, left side. Robertson, game over. At 10:01, Tampa Bay Rays spoiling Davey Martinez's return to Tropicana Field tonight, at least as Nats manager. And we'll be back with a final word after this 11-0 loss.